Okay, so we have had some big discussions in the Discord today, and Fish Monkey has helped me put the data I've collected into numbers. So Fish Monkey on Discord, thank you very, very, very much. Firstly, I want to talk about combat efficiency. So what I've done is I've taken units with combat efficiency bonuses because I've got the Prussia, I've got all the heavy infantry buffs basically, and so we should expect 45% based on the officer stats I had, etc. And we're actually getting less than that, and it's quite significant. So that is something I will bug report. We also had where is my screenshot? No, let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. This one. We also had, so this is bayonets, no bayonet equipped on the unit. This is some prior testing. The third image here is bayonet, just normal bayonet on, and we notice that no bayonet equipped at all has the same stats as bayonet on. So the bayonet is not actually giving you a nerf. What happens is you then take it off and you get a buff. And this also has the ability to push the reload speed beyond the maximum. So there is a cap to reload speed. The cap is 125. In the cap, you will see these numbers here. In camp, 125. It will not go above that. What can happen is your combat efficiency bonus can push it above that. Now, I do not think above, I think above 180 in game, at least with what I had, it would not go above this. Now, I'm pretty sure that 125 times 1.45 is 181.25. I'm pretty sure that it calculates the reload speed in camp, times it by your maximum combat efficiency, and then, or the combat efficiency you have currently, and then that's the maximum reload speed. So basically what I'm saying is you can get above what it says in camp, but I would take 125 and multiply it by your maximum combat efficiency. That, or it is 180. I am not sure. That's the only thing here I'm not sure of. Now, we talked about bayonets, we talked about combat efficiency. Combat efficiency doesn't work. These are the numbers. We're getting less than we expect. Why are you not negative? Oh, I don't have this number here. We can ignore this row. Actually, this graph is wrong. Oh, it's not wrong. The data is correct, but there's some caveats with it. So we'll look at this data here. We find that in basically the lower your reload skill is, after a certain point, the worse your combat efficiency applies. There seems to be a sweet spot in here, about the 120 mark, 125. 125 is the maximum you can get in camp, so that sort of makes sense, but I don't know exactly what's happening there. Now, what we come to next is the reload speed in camp and the time in camp. So this applies in battle the same way. The reload speed in camp will be your reload speed in battle plus your combat efficiency. So there's no other hidden stuff going on there. What we do know, well, actually less than your combat efficiency for some reason, but it's somewhat consistent enough that we can take it on face value for the explanation and learning about mechanics, because it would take me so much longer to get data. So I'll explain also how we can know what I've just said is true, or at least within margin of error. Reload speed in camp, time in camp, the relationship is 1-to-1. So it seems it's at least intended for the skill to apply a linear reduction in reload time. I'll explain that as we go on. reload speed and reload skill in game versus the time of the reload in game is shown here. Now these numbers are a lot higher than what you'll ever see because it's using the reserve musket. The reason I did this was for testing purposes. Basically, bigger number means I will get more accuracy, at least a little bit. It's better than choosing a really fast reloading gun. And we see the R value here is 0.994, so that's within margin of error. Margin of error is displayed, that's 10%. We have here reload speed in camp versus the time to reload in game. We see here it's 0.987. We know that the delta for this is going to be caused by the combat efficiency and also rounding. The game doesn't appear to round properly. Basically, 29.3 reduced by the combat efficiency would be like, let's say it was 21.7 instead of rounding up to 22, it might round to 21, or it might be rounding down. I'm really not sure. The game seems to typically do the 0.5 rounding rule, but I'm not 100%. Okay, so this isn't exponential, and a lot of people in the Discord have been saying that it should be exponential. It is exponential, and this is what it does feel like. It does feel exponential. Well, linear relationship with reload. This is the third time I'm trying to explain the exponential relationship with RPM. So, if we are increasing our reload linearly, our rounds per minute goes up exponentially. If you halve your reload, you double your RPM. However, as you can see, it does become an exponential relationship. So, with that said, with the combat efficiency bonus, so these are real world numbers in battle being applied to the theoretical reload speed originally in camp. So you won't see this unless you have 45% combat efficiency bonus, which appears to actually be something like 40%, but anyway, we've explained that. So we can see it's almost linear, but then towards the end it just goes buck wild, basically. And we see this. Now this here is assuming that there is about a 2-second aim time. This is the RPM that you should see more realistically. Even then, I don't think this is what you see. So this gives an indication as to the exponential relationship between your reload speed and your rounds per minute. So you really want to be aiming for that 125 reload skill. It is huge. It makes a massive difference. There is a calculator here, which I will link in the video description. This calculator allows us to do something like this. How much... So each different weapon has a base reload. So this Potsdam has 26 seconds. So we're going to take 26 seconds, and we have 113 reload skill. So our reload time is 5.1 seconds in camp. It'll be affected by other stats in game. Okay, now we want to do a Jaeger rifle. So let's take a Jaeger rifle, and it has a base reload of 42. Actually, was that the right? Yeah, 42 seconds. 42. Reload skill stays the same, and here it is 8.2, and on my handy dandy calculator it is 8.2 when rounded down. So what you can do is you can say you can basically just get a good idea of the rounds per minute of different weapons. So I'm going to take a 1 to 5 skilled Potsdam, which is 26, and basically we have a 2.6 second reload, which 60 divided by 2.6 is 23 rounds per minute. If we compare that with the Jaeger rifle, which is 52, we have 60 divided by 5.2. We get half the theoretical reload. Now, it's really important to keep in mind that accuracy after a certain point is more important, because if I take these numbers and I add what I believe to be a very fast aim time, I mean, it's still basically half. That's kind of scary. But anyway, that really proves the point that reload might actually be okay. That really changes the way I see the game. Anyway, yeah. So I hope this explains reload to anyone who wants, and thank you for watching.